So at the moment, there are three areas that I am in leadership. The first is at work. I, without the official title, am basically a manager. So I open the business a couple times a week. It's a dog daycare. So I come in and take care of dogs that might have been there overnight and just get things set up for the day. But then I also, as the day starts, I oversee the girls and the few guys that we have in the back that are working with the dogs and just making sure that things are going smoothly, that they're following rules and regulations, that everything is remaining safe and productive. And that's kind of like the practical or like management side of it. I also have really wanted to figure out what it means to lead as a follower of Jesus in a secular workplace. And so the way that I've kind of found that is just through loving and supporting the people that I work with. My boss and my manager, or the other manager, can be difficult to work with sometimes. They're quick to anger and to blame, and they a lot of times lack empathy, and it just can be really, really discouraging for the people that work there. And I've experienced that firsthand, having been there for as long as I have been. And so I really like to make sure that each person they feel seen, and that they feel like their work is seen. A lot of things can go unnoticed. So I just want to make sure that they feel seen in the work that they're doing, but also challenged to continue to do better. But yeah, so just encouraging them and supporting them in any way that I can, emotionally and practically. The other area that I lead would be within my church. I am a part of the worship team, and so that kind of takes two forms right now. One is singing and leading in the gatherings, and I've really had to learn a lot about what it means to lead from that position and the role that I have, because for the gatherings, am just a background vocalist, and at first I struggled to find my place and what that means for my leadership on the team. And kind of felt like I wasn't leading, I was just up there singing. But the Lord has really taught me a lot about what it means to be faithful with the little that He's given me in that, and just making sure that I am still taking the time to ask Him what He wants to happen in the gathering, and to be sure that I'm just present and listening for prompts from the Spirit, and following His lead, and just going up there honestly and worshiping and being fully present in that, and being, I don't know, there's just something about having someone that's fully present in worship and engaged with the Lord and what He's doing on stage, whether they're leading the song or they're just singing. Having that presence on stage is really important and invites other people into it as well. And so that's kind of how I lead in that capacity. I also lead usually a song at our pre-gathering prayer. We have a group of people that get together before the Sunday gathering and just pray for what's going to happen, and ask the Lord, if He would speak into what that is, or what He would have happen that night. And so I usually open that time, just me and my guitar, and kind of helping people focus in and center themselves and prepare to pray and to intercede and to listen for what the Lord wants to do. And then the last area that I lead is within my community. We have smaller communities that meet on a weekly basis and really are the backbone of the church. They're where everything is put into practice, and where what we're learning as a body combines with real life. And so leading that community kind of takes two roles, I guess. First is just facilitating and leading the weekly gatherings that we have as a community. There are about, I think, 13 of us right now. And as a church, we go through different practices and what it looks like to follow Jesus. And so we do different things like silence and solitude and the spiritual disciplines, as well as like emotional health practices and what it looks like just to be a healthy human being who is following Jesus. And so, for example, right now we're going through the practice of forgiveness and talking about what it looks like to both receive forgiveness and to extend it, and what we do with I don't know, when people hurt us, what we do, how we forgive, and how we transform that and make it work for good, like God wants, you know? And so we're meeting tonight, and facilitating that looks like working our way through kind of like an outline that the church has given us, but it looks like opening the Bible and looking at what God is saying about each thing, as well as just facilitating conversation and asking questions that kind of keep that moving forward, and inviting everyone into the conversation. So that's part of leading the community. The second part is the shepherding aspect of it. I, being a woman and the only leader, am trying to figure out what it looks like to shepherd the community as a whole. There's a lot that I can do with the half that of the women, and that looks like meeting one-on-one with them and just walking through what it looks like to follow Jesus in their day-to-day lives, and being there to pray for them and counsel them and just be encouragement and support and exhortation. And then also with the guys, still just trying to figure out what that looks like to equip them to shepherd each other. And yeah, that's kind of the other role, is that shepherding piece. So yeah, those are the areas of leadership that I have in my life right now.